So it came to my attention that they're going to make Warcraft 3 Reforged. That led me to wonder, what is it about Warcraft 3 that makes it worthy of being reforged, right? That's a pretty interesting question. And so that sort of led me to the idea that I really think what makes Warcraft 3 worthy of being reforged is when it gives you the ability to just absolutely sit around and make the very first thing that comes to your mind, and yet still have it appear on the screen in front of you. I've been talking about that for years to people that I talked to when they talked about, Warcraft 3, and I just hang around and talk about Warcraft 3. And I thought lately, I talk about Warcraft 3 more than I play it. I end up just watching YouTube instead of like YouTube about Warcraft sometimes, instead of actually making anything new or doing anything interesting. So I had this idea. I don't want to make a video series where all I do is just make things that are new and interesting, and I'm going to do it in a way where I just relax and I don't have to do any work. Now, unfortunately, I made this series based on that idea of breaking away from YouTube and getting myself to make things in a manner that has the opposite impact on any of my viewers. So, of course, if you're viewing my video, I'm not one of these people that's going to say like and subscribe. I'm going to say that I feel for you, because you're probably wasting your time, but we're going to have a good time. So I guess at least if you are watching this, and I don't know if anybody's ever going to watch this, but if you are watching this, we're going to waste it for something good, for a good reason. That's what I'm saying. So I figured what we would do today, I got home, and for no particular reason, being a little bit addicted to YouTube, I punched in a remix that I like of the Beatles' "I Am the Walrus." And so I thought, why don't I make a model of a walrus man? So I made a model of a walrus man, and then I watched the video of me making it like 2 more times. No biggie. That's what you do sometimes when you're addicted to YouTube. And it's not even on YouTube, right? It's just they go in your brain and they rewrite it, so you have to watch videos. So I watched my video and I thought that was nice. But what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna make this walrus man again. That was a fun little walrus man. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit the little new function here. We're gonna get ourselves a Tuskar. Very simple. Just a relaxed little Tuskar. He's a friendly guy, And Tuskars are a fun character. They use the animations of the ogre. You can tell that when Blizzard made the Tuskar, they were having a good time. They're making it kind of quickly. He's still got the Ogre Lord spell that it looks good when you're holding a little club, but when you have a Tuskar axe, it looks terrible because it clips through the ground. But it doesn't really matter. And so while I was sitting here listening to "I Am the Walrus," I thought, all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete his little axe there. We're going to give this walrus a little serious axe. He's a good walrus, he needs to be the top-notch skilled walrus. So we're going to give him this axe right here. That's the idea I came up to. So I just went on and got that. You can see I already had a copy of this open when I did a similar piece of work. So we put that in there. I just select that right up, and we'll just move it forward a little bit. We want it to really fit his stature. But after we do that, we also want to link it so it moves with his left hand right there. Hand left, and that's a pretty good little linking. And we'll do that, and pretty soon you get to where your Tuskar's a nice little guy. He's got his hand, and he's got his animations, and his hand animates with him. And the second thing I did to make my walrus man, I was trying to give him a characteristic backpack, and I thought, well, where would I get a characteristic backpack? So I went to the Orc campaign section, didn't really know what I was going to do, and I clicked on the Kodo here. Next thing I knew, I copied the Kodo's backpack, and I put that on the back of this Tuskar guy, and of course the whole time I was jamming to "I Am the Walrus." So that particular version of the video, it's not as good as this one, because I wasn't talking about what I was doing, not giving anybody anything to think about while we're working. But it was right about like this, and we stick this on his back there, and Link that to the chest node, and I think that really makes a pretty cool walrus man. You know, we need to take a moment and thank a good fellow named Kerberos who gave me the idea of copy paste as a function to help make models more quickly. This is world changing, really, to just copy paste like this. It's really brilliant. So now we've got copy paste, and I think the one last thing that we want to copy paste here is we probably want to go to some hero. Could be anybody, could be the paladin. We'll select that hero glow, and we'll just paste that right here in this Tuskar. Thanks again to Kerberos for telling me to code copy paste. That's just a very good idea. Now that we have this guy, we're going to call him the Walrus Man, and we're going to put him on our little map in this island that we drew while I was giving the introduction to my video, because Walrus Man needs himself a little island, you know? This is Reforged George's adventure, and Reforged George's adventure needs to have some good stuff, including the Walrus Man. So now we've got a Walrus Man guy. I think he's a similar profile to the Tauren Chieftains. We'll use a Tauren Chieftain for the base unit type of the Walrus Man, and we'll go ahead and put him in there, making sure, of course, that we need to, instead of Tauren Chieftain here, I think we want to put Tuskar. We got to delete all those and just put Tuskar Gold or something. Really? Gold Tuskar? Well, alright. Worst case scenario, you just scroll through here until you find Tuskar Chieftain. What is this? Tuskar. Oh, there's 2 A's in the icons. That's very common. That is very, very common. Alright. So we do that. And we go in here. We go, oh, let's make him a part of the beach party. You can tell when you look at the Walrus Man, he's a part of the beach party. You know, you can tell. You can really tell. All right, we got the Walrus Man right there. Let's give him a name, right? He's the Walrus Man, and he's gonna be named. What's he gonna be named? Dern Rock Slayer. Alright, there we go. Dern Rock Slayer. The Walrus Man. That's a good Walrus Man. Now, of course, the Walrus Man needs to have a few friends. So let's go ahead while we're still on Beach Party. And we'll put in a couple Tuskar. Instead of Tuskar Fighter, though, we need to rename them to be Tuskar Party Goer. Because they're going to the party. That's right, he's a Tuskar Party Goer. We'll put a couple of those around here, but they're all going to be in here. Now, you might ask me, why are the Tuskars on a beach? Why are the Tuskars not an ice crown? To that, I'm going to say, they are on a beach. They're on a beach. We could make a song out of that. We could sing the On a Beach song, but we probably won't do that. Then what we could do is we could get ourselves a nice little fire pit. Have these guys, you know, they're friendly little Tuskars. It's a good thing. That's a good thing they got right there. There's some friendly little Tuskars. Let's even get them maybe one of these, you know, make a little bit of light hanging around out here. These don't actually seem to be making any light, but I don't really care, so that's okay. We'll put them out there, and now we've got some Tuskars on a beach. The most interesting question then is going to be that when curious Reforged George over here walks on over to see the Tuskars, what is he going to get out of it? So for that, we need to have the Tuskars offer him an item as a token of their friendship. For that, we're going to use a staff. We're going to use the Staff of Silence. We're going to put it in the cooldown group of AI Rai, and we're going to give it AI Rai over here. And this is going to be the magical Tuskar backpack. So it needs the Dust of Appearance icon, right? Or maybe Druid Pouch. What do you guys think? Dust of Appearance or Druid Pouch? That's a good question. Let's go with Dust of Appearance. It's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm going to call this the Tuskar backpack. I don't know if we're going to be able to buy it, but we can go ahead and put that in here. Sure. Purchase Tuskar backpack. And we'll give it a little extended tooltip that says contains almost all of the spoils of war. There you go. It contains almost all of the spoils of war. It's a good Tuskar backpack. It even sells for like 500 gold. That's a good Tuskar backpack. But the only way that you can get it is going to be if you give the Tuskar a fish, because Tuskars, they like to fish. So you're going to have to find a fish. So we're going to have to start asking ourselves, how are you going to find a fish? And the only way you're going to find a fish is with a fishing pole. So we just made a lot of work for ourselves. So we're going to have to do some work here. But this is the Tuskar backpack, and it's a good backpack. And it has random item in it. Random item is not a custom ability. That's just a built-in ability, which is pretty funny. It's going to be really fun. We'll enjoy the random item. But not yet, because we need a way to get it. In order to get it, we need a way to fish. So let's go ahead. Let's make two little nice things here, right? We're gonna fetch ourselves a model. Yeah, Control M. I gotta remember that. Control M fetches a model. We're just gonna go right on down to doodads, and we're gonna go on to where we got fish. And we're just gonna get the fish right out of the doodads. That's right, fish. Fish or fish green? What do you think? Let's just get fish. That's a good little fish. And what we're gonna do then is we're gonna get well, actually, I'll start using the hotkey Control M. We're gonna get ourselves an item. We're gonna get ourselves one of these runes, you know, a rune like this one. And what we're just gonna do is we're gonna go to this fish. We're gonna copy this fish, and we're gonna go back to the runic object here. And we're gonna select the runic portion of the runic object, right? We're just gonna delete that out of there, and we're gonna put a nice little fish in there. That's pretty good. He's gonna fit just nice and well, just right like that. It's a big fish. And that way we know we caught a fish when we find one of these, because this is the fish item. We also want to link it to whatever the runic object was linked to, so I guess that's going to be the trunk. There we go. That's the fish item. Now we also need a fishing pole, you know. Now the place to get a fishing pole is of course going to be, I think it's either Goblin Merchant or one of those Murloc huts, so we'll check them both here. We're going to see. There's a good fishing pole right there on the back of the Goblin Merchant. Let's take that. First, we got to get rid of this because it's in our way. All right, here's our fishing pole. Now let's fetch. Fishing pole needs a glow, item glow, but it needs a yellow item glow. So let's take the gold coins there. We'll take that, and we'll take the coin. We'll take this coin right here. We'll just move him off to the side, and we'll put the actual fishing pole in. Make it a little bit smaller so it's not so big. And maybe we'll give it a little bit of an angle so we know it's a fishing pole. And we'll stick it here. Then what we can do is we can actually just check. Is this again trunk? Yeah, it is again trunk. These are really all the item models are really the same, you know. So I could have just deleted that coin. We're going to stick the fishing pole on the trunk. And we're going to delete that coin. That's right. So we'll just take a look right here. Look at that. It's a little fishing pole item with a little glow on it. That's exactly how we wanted it to be. So we're going to save that as fishing pole. So now we have a fishing pole and we have a fish, and so we can get a fishing pole and we can get a fish, and that's going to help us with the Tuskar. Fishing pole and a fish. Let's see, which one did I already get? I already got the fish. Let's get the fishing pole. You know, the one other item actually that we probably want to get here. If we go ahead and load up another item, let's load up the bundle of lumber, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take that lumber out of there. Let's see, we select by this. Yeah. So we select this guy. All right, that's good. We'll select a little of that guy too. That's right. That's right. And we'll select a little of this guy. That's right. And we'll select that. All right. So we got the lumber pretty much out of there, along with its little red ribbon. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to that Kodo. We're gonna get the Kodo backpack, and we're gonna put the Kodo backpack in here so that we know we got a backpack. Although I think we might want to select ourselves that backpack. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. We got to just make sure it doesn't look like a pile of poop or something. You know, it needs to be a good backpack. Good friend of mine made a really good Warcraft model of a pile of poop if you ever need one. But we don't want that to be this model. So now we got our backpacks. We're going to call this the Tuskar backpack item. We're going to put that in our map too. That'll be good. So I'll put the Tuskar back. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't link it to the trunk, did I? I don't think I did. Let's link it to the trunk. That's a good idea. Alright, we'll just file save again. Alright, we'll go back in here and we'll import that right back in. So we'll get ourselves that Tuskar backpack. There we go. That's right. So we got a Tuskar backpack. And we're going to import that into this map. We'll see. Oh, we did. We did. I'm a step behind myself. There we go. I should be a step ahead of myself. We're going to take the Tuskar backpack and we're going to give it that Tuskar backpack model. Look at that. That's our little Tuskar backpack right there. It looks like know, it's got the right kind of glow, just like the bundle of lumber. You look at it and you know it's an item, you know? You really know it's an item. And it's the same with the fish, and it's the same with the fishing pole, right? You look at these and you know they're an item. You know what you're dealing with here. So we've got the Tuskar backpack, and let's put that. I think I might enjoy seeing it on the ground, but we don't want to leave it there because look at that. That looks so good. We're gonna put that in the game very soon, but first we need to have a way that the player can find a fishing pole. Now, of course, if the player needs to find a fishing pole, he's gonna find it in some crates next to the Tuskar, because of course the Tuskar love the fishing poles. They're gonna have it in their crates. In fact, it might even be in one of these crates with a little stick on it. That maybe that stick is the fishing pole. So I was about to put the fishing pole on here, but I need to actually make the fishing pole item first, don't I? So to do that, let's take Staff of Teleportation, and let's make ourselves a fish ability. Fish ability should be really easy. We just get this ability channel right here. Take that, we make it target a point, and that should be about all we need. We'll make it target a point, and we'll make it visible so we can see it. We'll give it a nice little time there, so yeah. Say, well, actually, maybe fishing will take 2 seconds. That's okay, you know. For our target here, we're just going to probably use unit special ultra depths, a little splash when you fish, you know. That's how fishing works. It actually needs to be the effect, though. So we do that, and we're going to give ourselves, this will probably be Crushing Wave, because there's not really a good fish icon that I can think of at the moment. Well, actually, maybe there is. There's an icon that kind of looks like a fish. You just put in skink. Look at that. That looks kind of almost like a fish. It's not, but who are you going to call, you know? Who are you going to call? Nobody knows. All right, fish channel the warding magic. That's a good ability. It's an item ability. We could even call it Go Fish, so we really know what it's doing, and it's A02. So we're going to go back here to A02. We need to give this the one of the wand icons here, so we know it's a fishing pole. I think probably this one. Isn't that? Yeah, that looks like a fishing pole there. And we're gonna give that fishing pole, so we know this is the fishing pole. A fishing pole that is able to catch the fish. There you go. We're going to say purchase fishing pole. But I'm not really sure anybody's going to purchase it. But, you know, why not? Why not? We'll get it in the right cooldown group. That's important. Don't forget that. Now we got our fishing pole, so we can go ahead and make this drop the fishing pole. And this is where we got to start to set up our scripted events. So when you use a fishing pole, let's see. Ooh, we missed the character. We got to wave click. There we go. Wave click so we can edit. All right. Fishing pole. When you use the item of the fishing pole, or we use the ability Go Fish. Which one do we want to do? You could totally do either one. Let's do the effective and ability, and the ability is Go Fish. Let's see, ability is the item ability Go Fish. There we go. So when you use Go Fish, what's going to happen is we're going to create an item. Create item for hero. We're going to create a fish item, which we can't do yet because we didn't make a fish item. I accidentally clicked this one here. Didn't mean to. Let's get them out. Let's get them out of here. Let's get them out of here. All right, good. The fish item we're going to make off of Mogren's report because, well, why not? Honestly, it's a fish. Okay, it's a fish, and this is a good base item because it doesn't do anything. It's a pointless item. It's a fish. Alright, fish, it's a fish. That's a good fish item. And you can't sell it to or from merchants. Okay, good. So the fish item doesn't do anything, but it's the item that it's going to give you when, let's see, casting unit. When you use the Go Fish ability. However, then we have to ask ourselves, are you always going to get a fish? So what we actually want to do is if random number equals something. So we're going to do an integer comparison. We're going to do a random number between 1 and 10 is less than 5, or how about 4 is less than 4, then you get a fish. Otherwise, you're going to get seaweed. So the fish also needs to use the fish item model. In fact, because that fish item looks cool, let's not give it to the hero. Let's create it at the target location. Let's create the fish at the target point of ability being cast. That's way better because it looks cool. Then you get to interact. It's more the 3D environment is better that way. The other case is going to be that you can catch a shimmer weed, but it's less likely. Let's see if we can find shimmer weed. That's the weed. It's shimmering in the water, right? It's a shimmer weed. So shimmer weed will probably have some special purpose later in this game. But we're gonna have the Tuskar backpack obtain. Let's see. This is gonna be. Where am I going here? Where am I going here? Sure, unit, generic unit event. Actually, specific unit event. Let's say a specific unit event. If the Walrus Man obtains an item, acquires an item. Alright, if he acquires an item, an item type, the item being acquired, item being acquired, manipulated, is equal to a fish, then he will say transmission from the Walrus Man named Dern Rockslayer, because that's his name, and it's gonna say, thank you, I have wanted this kind of fish for many years. So he's really excited, but then you can only give him one of this kind of fish. So once you do that, it turns off. And then when he finishes talking, so we're gonna do a little wait. When he finishes talking, it's gonna give you a better fish, its backpack, and we're gonna be able to see the backpack. So we need a region where he drops the backpack, and that's gonna be right here. And then you'll see the backpack spawn. Alright, so that's good. The fishing pole is gonna be reusable, but we're gonna have another condition here. Let's make it a boolean. It should be pathing, or like game pathing. Let's see, game map flag set, create button is visible, train pathing at target point of ability being cast of type floatable is water if floatable is turned off, but we actually want floatable on, so we're gonna do false. If train pathing of floatability is off, is false, so it needs to be floatable. There we go. Alright, that way you can't use the fishing pole out of water. You can only fish in water, which is how it should be anyway. So now you can go fishing, which is really fun. And later we're going to want to be able to catch more than just that one fish. But that's probably for another day. So now we have the ability to go fishing, and you can give the fish to the Tuskar, and then the Tuskar will give you the magical Tuskar backpack, which can turn fish into other items. And we didn't even have to code that. This is going to be a good vacation. Okay? Let's do it. What do you want? I don't even know if, I'm not sure if it's picking up game sound today. I didn't check that beforehand, but that's probably fine. So we're gonna get build war mill today because we're just building. We're in a chill mode. We'll get a couple of these shells. You know, oh, that's not an item. We gotta get item shells. Here we go. Item. That's right. I don't know if I want too many more than this because I think we're gonna want that fishing rod. We'll save an inventory space for the fishing rod. This is the point where the other people who play these types of maps, they usually kill the beachgoers, and you have to wonder what happens if they do. Players will always interact with your game in some way that you don't expect, and so I think that's why it's good to remember that that can happen, and keep your mind open in terms of that sort of thing. So let's do it. Let's go get the fishing rod. So we know it's in this crate. We're in the in crowd here. Let's spend some mana and build a war mill too. That's pretty good. Look at that fishing pole model. It's got its own little fishing. Now I don't know. It says level 1 on the fishing pole, but that's they'll reforge that probably. They'll reforge that. All right, here's our fishing pole. This is George. Reforge George. Actually, why is he not called Reforge George? I called him Reforge George. So I can use the fishing pole, and I don't catch anything, right? It just makes a big splush. Unless if I use it in the water, and then sometimes you catch things like shimmerweed. This is starting to get really interesting. Look at that, or a fish. Is shimmerweed or a fish? What does shimmerweed do? Oh, it doesn't do anything. Oh, that's funny. I like that. That's funny. All right, let's go give this fish to the Tuskar. Fish. It's a fish. Probably, I mean, if you were gonna release this map, you would want to make like a rare fish you had to give him, but. Sure. Oh, I don't have subtitle override turned on, and he doesn't have a portrait. That's too bad. Too bad. So sad. But we got the Tuskar backpack, and that's really what we wanted. The point of the Tuskar backpack. Let me get. We're gonna use it with a fish, so you can use it because it has the random item ability, which is this really cool ability that's included in Warcraft that nobody knows about. And if we use it on something like the shimmerweed, oh, we're unable to transform the shimmerweed. Okay. Well, let's get a fish. Or maybe we'll just get a lot of shimmerweed. Okay, there's a fish. Oh, we're unable to transform the fish. Let's transform this shell. What did it transform into? Now it's a lesser replenishment potion. That's right. And it still has the model of a shell, but I transformed that shell into a lesser replenishment potion. You better believe it. Let's transform this shell. Now it's a lesser replenishment potion too. Oh, that's right. There's a bug where it just makes replenishment potions sometimes. Well, they're replenishment potion shells. Let me tell you, this is amazing, right? And there's no triggers for this. It just turns shells into replenishment potions. This is the kind of thing that happens when you have a really good beach adventure. Let's get these shimmerweeds. Let's collect them up. We might find a use for that. You never know. All right, good. That should give me lumbers when I pick that up. That should give me lumbers. There you go. This is the beach vacation of Reforge George is great. What do you suppose happens if I use this on a... Oh, it turns replenishment potion... I turned a lesser replenishment potion into a standard replenishment. That's worth a lot of money. I need a place to sell it, though. Can I sell it to you? No, I can't sell it to him. All right. Nobody buys items yet. I gotta get somebody to buy items. We gotta get... There's another shell. There's a couple more shells. We're gonna transform them. I want to see if they'll transform into anything other than replenishment potions. Ooh, it like flip-flops them too. It doesn't appear to be accidental. What happens if I use it on the fishing pole? Oh, it turns that into... Oh, now I can't get another fishing pole. No more fish. Tuskar backpack, the greatest item in the game. It turns shells into replenishment potions without triggers. And the replenishment potions still have the shell model. There you go. Now this gets even fancier. They still have the shell model, but I bet I can still drink them if I use them over here. I need to get my boat. Okay, we'll get in the boat. We're gonna go do the challenge, and then I'm gonna drink these replenishment potions if I get hurt. I'm gonna be a challenge master. Although I turned all the shells into replenishment potions. I can't fight anymore. You have to have the shells to be able to fight. Oh, that's bad. Well, that's why I have replenishment potions, so I can replenish myself. So we'll be using that. We will definitely need that when we go to the challenge over here. From challenge place, man. He's gonna give us a challenge. I don't think we want to do a tough challenge though. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. We're just gonna do a basic challenge. See, he's agreeing. He's like, yeah, yes, I can do that. All right, let's see. All right, George, let's do a challenge. Ooh, I start running away too. I didn't even. All right. It's over 30 seconds though, so these replenishment potions are hard to use. I really can't sell them? No, I can't sell them. Alright. This he's hurting me pretty badly. I'm gonna have to go drink this replenishment potion. Right about now, I wish I had a shell. Get out of here, Murloc. I'm gonna drink a replenishment potion. You're not gonna get me anymore. That is right. And I can turn the lesser ones into greater ones because of the power of the Tuskar backpack. Good. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. Let's build a war mill. But not Right there, apparently. Over here. Okay. We gotta see if we can get the party pooper to attack my war mill. That'll keep him busy. Come on, go for the war mill. Go for the war mill. Was I done replenishing? I don't know if I was done replenishing. Let's see if we can get him to go for the war mill. Come on, doesn't that war mill make you mad? Oh, I'll make you another one. Oh, it didn't make him mad. Alright. Well, let's keep replenishing. Oh, but he replenished too. That doesn't speak well of replenishment potions. Alright, Murgle Cliff Runner. I get the feeling that Reforged George... Well, he's not Reforged, he's just George. He needs a way to become Reforged George, because as he is right now, he is not good enough at all. Unless you have the shells, which I don't have. Or some other item that I don't have. There you go. And that was the end of Reforged George. I mean, I guess I could just build a George, but I'm still not going to be able to beat that guy. I can try to meet George halfway with George's beach boat. I don't know, just everything is level 1. Isn't that great? That tree is level 1. Everything is level 1. It's just a little level 1 that just floats around the screen sometimes. You know, it's a 15-year-old piece of code. Look at this level 1 over there. He can do that. He's level 1 over here. Level 1 over there. That's right. This guy's already super healed again. Alright. Alright, guess what? Guess what? Oh, I look at that. I'm a challenge winner. I'm a challenge winner. I'm so great. I'm really strong. Oh, I could probably take a tough challenge. Let's take him. Oh, it's a tough challenge. Oh, he's a marauder. Look at that. He takes 2 hits. Oh, I got him. That's pretty good. Let's get another tough challenge here. Here's a Stormweaver Necrolite. Oh, I level up. Let's get Battle Roar. Oh, now I can turn off this thing that I was totally not using. Oh, he's still gonna hurt me. Ooh, that Hydra's hit point regen is terrifying. It's a terrifying hit point regen. Alright. Well, I guess I could upgrade spiked barricades, but I don't have any lumber. There you go. There you go. Wasn't that fun? We made a fishing pole. We made the Walrus man. Next time we'll turn on subtitle display override. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. When you give him that, we'll just say trigger cinematic subtitle display override. Turn on. In fact, let's just turn that on at the start of the game forever. That's a good thing. So subtitle display override is on, and he should probably have a portrait. So for that, we'll just go to Tuskar Lord portrait. And we'll save it as the Walrus Man _ portrait, and that'll leave us for next time. That we will just be ready to go right when we start up, just like that. There you go. And I hope you have a good night and take care. Maybe you'll do some fishing.